Cash Map. That's right. Cash Map is your solution to all of your financial interest. Anything that you're paying monthly interest rates on, you want to reach out to Cash Map today. They're going to help you, walk you through getting all your finances in order. I've personally been working with Dennis Williams, the founding manager of this project. He actually created Cash Map, and he did it off of a spiritual side. And I'm going to let him share his story. That's Dennis Williams from Cash Map. They are coming on. In what way, we don't know exactly, but they are definitely part of the Prayed Up Network and all the things that we are doing as I tour around with KevinAlan platform and just kind of talking and doing interviews and meeting people. And we're spreading the word of Christ. We're really, really excited to be partnered up with Cash Map. Check them out today. Cash Map takes all your finances. They look at all your bills. They organize them for you. They help you get your credit repaired. They help you get your finances repaired. They help you get all those things in order so you actually save more money and put more of those interest payments back into your pocket, ultimately helping you pay off your bills and ultimately getting you back on track. Just like I needed help, you might need help today. So reach out to Cash Map. Let them know Kevin Allen sent you. You'll set up a personal one-on-one with Dennis Williams. Ask for Dennis himself and let him know Kevin Allen sent you. So you get that personal interview and sit down. He'll do it remotely anywhere. He can sit down with you on a remote interview, take you about 5 to 20 minutes, get some information from you. He'll put it together. He'll reach back out to you, set up another appointment, and let you know exactly what you can save and put back in your pocket. Reach out to Cash Map today. There you go, Prayed Up Network. Here we are. This is the Be Better guy, right? Be Better, Kevin Allen, being better. I like it. I like it a lot, actually. And we're coming on live today. I'm dropping a few recorded interviews. I'm setting up some future interviews. So I'm sitting in front of my computer here, and I just felt like it's Friday, and I just want to come on and talk about all the things that I am just so grateful for and the things that I'm just so appreciative of God's love for me in my life. And, I haven't done this in a while. And I know Mark, my producer, often tells me, you got to get on there and do that stuff because it really is something that helps other people. And it also helps me, right? Like I know that my energy is better spent having these conversations and some of the nonsense that I've been doing for many years while I started this podcast journey. And this podcast journey has been incredible. I got to tell you, from the beginning, I never really understood the industry. I thought it was a radio show, really. And it's not a radio show. This podcast industry is not radio shows. Yes, it's similar. You get on, you have a microphone, you have, I guess if you have sponsors, you do all those kind of typical terrestrial radio style stuff. But in a podcast world, you're really running live interviews. And these are really incredible because, not everyone is brave enough. And I'll say this about myself. I'll do maybe it's stupid. I'll give those haters a couple, some energy there if they like, but I think it's brave. I like to do live interviews where I actually get a chance to talk to people, ask live questions. There's no hesitation. It's real. It's in living color. And it also tells a story about who we are talking to. So who are we talking to these days? Well, we got a lot of people lined up. I just had dropped a quick promo for my brother Mel, Big Mel, incarcerated. He had, I believe, 45-year sentence. He got out early. I witnessed and became friends with Mel while I was incarcerated. I was a correction officer. I've watched his journey. It's an incredible one. He is now a deacon here in Connecticut. He's serving God. He got out of prison back in 2016, sharing his story. And when you'll see the promo run, and Big Mel's going to come on. We're going to do a live interview with him, just the pitfalls of life, going from, being raised in a church family to finding himself in prison with a 45-year sentence for murder. We're going to talk to Big Mel. And those are the stories that I think are going to be the most impactful in 2024 that you're going to enjoy, are those real stories. There's other people that we're reaching out to and communicating. My guy, Lee Carter, I mention him often. He's down in Atlanta, Georgia, heavily connected in the entertainment industry in a variety of ways. Lee and I are working on a couple of personal projects. We've been in business together working on that. But what's also his connections out to the really the hip hop industry. And, if you heard of the real Rick Ross, I made a post yesterday or 2 days ago that I didn't realize up until like 2 days ago. I was watching some podcasts late at night. And all of a sudden, the real Rick Ross pops up on one of these podcasts, and it's like 2.9 million views on this podcast. And I'm like, man, I've been talking to this guy 2 or 3 times I've been on the phone with him. I didn't even know who I was talking to. And you know what? I'm appreciative of being humble. But you'll see some of those things dropping soon as well. Lee and I are going to start doing some interviews together where he comes on and does some co-hosting with me. I'll be bringing on some other different co-hosts. You've seen Matt here, and Matt Mohammed will be back. He had the big trip with me last week, and he's got the full week off. Going to be spending time with his kids. But we'll get back to Matt and I doing some episodes as well, where him and I just kick it and we talk kind of real life, and it's relaxed and casual. And then I'm going to get more into the podcast, right? Like where I sit down. And yesterday was the first day, and I really want to come on and say that, what I'm appreciative of, right? What I'm grateful for is I have a chance to do what I'm doing right here. Like yesterday was the first day that I can officially tell you that I am 1,000% back into this saddle again, willing and committed to do what I'm doing. I don't care if, I'm not, this is an objective to grow this platform, but I've gotten that love in my heart from God that's fulfilled me. So I'm really just doing this because I enjoy it. I like it. And, yesterday we recorded an interview. I think there's a promo out that Mark put up. It was a YouTube promo that he put out. And we interviewed a really, really interesting person, Anna. I said Anna, but it's Anna. Anna is from Hawaii. And I found her on TikTok, and she was a very interesting person, very attractive woman out on the beach. So obviously TikTok, that's a place you see that. You see it. Well, what is this? And then you hear her talking about her Christian platform, her belief in Christ, and also her journey. And she actually is a life coach and a coach that helps people identify those who have been in narcissistic relationships. And I took the beginning of and I will complete the entire thing live. You'll hear me and Anna talking, and I'll be going through her course. I voluntarily have opened up my life to be exposed to whether or not I have had narcissistic traits in the past. Do I still have them? Am I going to fall back onto them? Is this something that I need to be, is it over for me because I maybe had made some of these types of mistakes? And let me speak to, it's National Women's Day, right? I think it's National Women's Month, but today I think is officially National Women's Day. Let me say to the women out there, I have a newfound respect for women. And what that respect is not that I never disrespected you, but I really truly realize how, because we were talking with Anna yesterday and just talking about the difference, I brought up a topic, which is the comparison of menopause versus menopause. And menopause is a condition that I can witness because I bear witness to it myself. I can share what happens in sort of the middle of your life when that menopause sets in. And women go through that physical challenge of menopause, and there's all kinds of things that go on with that, which are life-changing, right? And so as we change in our life, how does that affect us? And so I can promise that you're going to enjoy this interview with Anna. It's going to be an open dialogue. I did something similar with Uzma, my good friend, the pharmacist from Stamford, Connecticut. She's in the alternative medicines, cannabis and CBD medicines. And we dropped 3 hours with her, which will be coming out really soon as well, where similarly, I'm going in and I'm grounding myself and I'm figuring out exactly how did I end up here? How did I get here? And where I am now, by the way, is an amazing place. Talked about a little bit earlier about Matt. We went down to Columbia, South Carolina, and we filmed the first pilot episode for the Put Up or Shut Up project. I am so privileged and honored. And if God has me in that journey where I am the host of that show, as has been planned so far, then I'm just going to be blessed. And if God has a different path for me, I am still equally blessed. And 54 years old, I got to sit in a real studio and work with real producers from Hollywood and drop a real production for a real pilot for distribution. And this project's going to go. So in some way, shape or form, Put Up or Shut Up is going to be hitting the market. Where I fall or fit in, it's going to be exposed as the project continues. However, I'm always a part of it. I'm part of the management team with my brother Lobo and Dustin and Jacinda and Nine. We have some great people on our team and our family, and this has just been an amazing gift from God. But it couldn't have come true if I hadn't started to understand what God's love was for me. And so I just want to say that I'm appreciative of everything in my life, including this little humble apartment that I live in, this little opportunity to be on this little podcast that we've created, and this extremely just feeling really overwhelmed with some of the love from people these days. And, when I was getting on with Anna yesterday to talk, I had interviewed Norm Pattis, and maybe you caught some of that live here. We had Norm Pattis pop in. We haven't talked to Norm Pattis. Of course, Norm Pattis, a famed attorney from Connecticut, has represented some pretty horrendous trials. No beating around the bush. He's been in the business representing. In fact, that's how Norm and I became, aware of each other. I was a correction officer and doing high security audits for the courthouses when he was defending some of the most egregious defendants. And our lives had, been an interesting journey. We crossed paths when I started doing podcasts. He came on my show. Norm, I've watched, grow his platform. Now he's doing comedy across the country, off the record, talking to me about his interest in doing that completely. It's just been a really, really cool energy. And Norm shared with me some stuff yesterday that just really, really solidified how beautiful God's journey is if you trust it. And, I got an email yesterday from a former relationship in my life that was in business and personal. And it was at the same time that I was getting ready to prep up for Anna's interview and to talk about narcissism and these things that just came through me. It was just such a timely moment where I actually had that inspiration of that connection from that person who was really heavy on my heart when I was getting ready to go into these interviews anyways. And it just really made sense to me. And so I think I'm just, easily can say that I bend on knee humbly. I thank God each day for everything he gives us. And I think if you're out there struggling right now, I just want to tell you right now, you're not alone. You're not alone at all. And, I say this a lot on every one of the platforms. I try to make sure I end and wrap up with letting people know that if you are feeling alone, if you're feeling like you're overwhelmed or you just don't have what it takes to get through whatever obstacle is in front of you, if you feel like you don't have anyone to reach out to, and I understand that feeling. I actually shared that with Norm yesterday when I was down to 33 cents in my bank account and homeless. I didn't know where to go. I didn't want to bother people. I didn't want to embarrass myself once again. That this success story who served in the state house in Connecticut went all the way to the streets in the gutter and had ruined his life. And at the same time that I was going in that transition, I was walking with God. And so I just kept on trusting in God the entire time. And that trust in God brought me from that position to where I am today. And I can't be more appreciative of God's love. Just all you have to do is trust it. So if you're out there right now and you're struggling, I just got contacted last week by somebody that heard me saying this very message, and we've been talking every day since. He's awaiting trial for a charge. He's battling sobriety. He's a former incarcerated guy out of another state, and he's one of several people that I talk to and try to communicate to on a daily basis to help them with their recovery, help them with their decisions, and just help them with life. And that's what I think God has given me this platform, and most importantly, his belief and his love in my heart to share with people. So if you're out there, you're feeling lonely, just drop me a message. Please drop me a message. Just DM me, say, hey, I might need help. If I can't help you directly, and by the way, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a certified life coach. I am just a experienced individual who has really, really went through the roller coaster of life. At 54 years old, I've gone from having nothing to having a lot to having nothing to getting God's love in my heart that gives me everything. And I want to share that with you. So if you're out there and you're feeling that, please reach out to me today. We will help you find resources wherever you are. The Prayed Up Network, we are in talks with other creators. We have talked to a few different folks. There will be some different shows coming on the Prayed Up Network. And if you're out there and you have a concept for a platform that some kind of show you want to put together, you're looking for distribution, you're looking for a place to go, maybe you just want to ask some questions, and I'd be more than happy. I'd take a call from anybody and talk to anybody any day. We can coach you and give you some help on creating a podcast. If you're on the Prayed Up Network, will be available. And this is what it comes down to, folks. We're making a very safe place where you can multi-stream your platform to different platforms. If it's social media platforms and Rumble and all those things that we go out on, we can do the same thing for you. We can help you out. So just make sure you send a message over to us. Particularly be looking for Mark the producer. Mark the producer from the Prayed Up Network will help you out with all that information, trying to help you get onboarded with us, and we can work with you directly to do that. So listen, be appreciative, be humble, be kind. And I got the tattoo on my arm. My daughter, the day me and Taylor and Paula went to get tattoos a couple years ago, this is the tattoo that I got. Taylor got the same one. And, it's such simple words, but such meaningful words because, humble is that word that most of us, especially me, I lost humble for a long time. And when I found my humble, it took me losing everything in my life, feeling hopeless. And I shared this with Anna yesterday on our call in our interview, where, I was giving up on life, man. I didn't want to live anymore. And I shared my testimony of the beginning of my walk with Jesus, which was on December 17th of 2022. In fact, I just had a photo pop up. I just reposted today. It was ironic that a day later, this photo it happens all the time on, it seems like these social media platforms are listening to us. And it was from the fire that I sat next to on December 17th of 2022, when I experienced God's presence. And then it just continued on from there. And we talk about that in my testimony. And it's inspiring to some to hear me be so brutally honest about where I came from, how I got here, and also about the brutal honesty of just being who I am. I don't have any hesitation to own anything that I've done in my life, because I've asked for forgiveness from my Lord and Savior, and He has provided. And I say this to you: if you're out there struggling with something right now, and you're just, you're in a hard place and you just don't know how to you can't figure out how to get out of there, turn to God. Just turn to God and pray. You don't have to go into a church to do this. You don't have to open a Bible. Just stop on the side of the road safely. Go into a quiet place in your home, or a place where you are right now. Find a quiet place. If you're out in nice weather, go find a park bench and just start really just going deep into those things that you think you need to work on, and see how God will enter into your life that way. Give it a chance today. The Prayed Up Network will be hopefully dropping new interviews. I think they start dropping Saturday. So I don't know. I'll have to check with Mark again. I think that's what we said yesterday. Anna's interview was to drop the first of the interviews, be a multi-part interviews. We'll start dropping on Saturday, and then you'll see other content dropping as well. So just stay tuned to what we're doing, and reach out to us. Drop us a message if there's something you want to hear. Maybe you want us to come out and cover a special event. I don't care where it is in the country. We're more than happy to bring our cameras out. I have a production guy that works with me, typically Matt the Mohammed. He'll come out with me if we schedule is permitting, and we can cover your events. We can also go remotely if you want to do a Zoom, or if you're looking for me to be a guest on your show, or be a guest in some place to kind of, just come out and give some inspirational, words. Because I will say that even when I sit back and listen to how deep and dark, deeply dark my world had become, and where I was able to bounce back from hopeless and suicidal to failing at every level, to living really in depression almost every day, 33 cents in my bank account, homeless, broken relationships, and failed businesses. And when you add all that up at the end of the day, that's usually a recipe for, let's just call it quits and walk away. Well, God wouldn't let me walk away. He loved me too much, and God loves you too much. And so I want to share that with you. And I'm just amazingly energized and just truly overwhelmed by God's grace. And so if I can share a message with you today on this Friday, I hope you enjoy it. It's a beautiful sunny day up here in Connecticut. I don't know where you are. I hope it's beautiful out there. You can be better today. So what you want to do is be better. How do you do it, Kevin? Well, it's simple. Just start by looking inside that self, right? And I just talked about where you can go safely into the side of the road, safely anywhere. Just look into yourself and look to be that better person. I know it's in you because it was in me. And man, if I could find it inside me, then any sinner can be found. And so you're not alone out there. And just make sure that's the message I want to convey right now. I'm just privileged and honored to be able to do what I do. And I want to thank Mark, my producer, for not giving up on us. He's one of the few that didn't quit. I had many people in my life that couldn't take it. I don't blame them. I'm not mad at them. In fact, I love them more than they love anything about me, and I'll just continue to move that way. But Mark stuck in there, and he's still producing this project with me. Matt came on, and we have other folks that are joining us as well. It's been an amazing experience, and I just want to say thank you. Thank you. Happy Friday. Go find some happiness. Be better. You're not alone. If you're battling sobriety, there are solutions out there and there's help. And if you can't find it, you can just DM me today and I'll be able to help you out. And the last thing I, just finish on is this. Being sad and alone is a tough, dark place. It's a place that some of us, we think we can handle it. We think we know exactly, all the answers. We think we know that this is exactly what we are prepared to handle these things. And a lot of times we don't realize, and you're getting into that deep, dark place, that things are happening around you that are really, really stacking up against you. And a lot of people fall into this category when it comes to drugs and alcohol, sex addictions, money addictions. Well, when you're me and you had almost every one of those boxes checked off, it is an incredibly challenging story to see you rebound and you feel hopeless. But I will promise you that one thing that I've made time and time again, I keep repeating, is just turn to God. You'll find that hope today. I want you all to have a great day. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. It's a beautiful time to live. It's a beautiful time to love, and it's a beautiful time to just share God's message. And that's what I hope I did with you today on this beautiful Friday afternoon. Have a beautiful weekend, folks, and just stay beautiful. That's all, and be better. And just let's all do it together.